Well, things in Delhi remain tense as 7 people have now died, one of whom was a police officer, 6 others civilians or citizens who have died in the violence that took place in Delhi on the night that Donald Trump was going to land in the city. Now, the Home Minister has called for a meeting between the Chief Minister and other ministers to take control or to take stock of what's going on in the city. But it's really important for us to figure out how this started. Now, remember, Kapil Mishra of the BJP first put out a video standing with the DCP of Delhi Police, actually threatening the police, saying if by the time Donald Trump leaves, these streets are not cleared of anti-CAA protesters, we will take matters into our own hands and then we won't even listen to you. Post that, he put out another tweet calling for people to assemble, at the Mojpuri, metro station at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was then that large groups of people assembled, and we also understand then stone pelting began between the two groups. And post that, as several news reports have told us, violence ensued, shops were burned, vehicles were burned, people were beaten up by mobs. There were chants of all kinds from different sides, and it's bordering right now on communal tension that we hope that the government will get under control. Joining me on the show at this point is Javed Ansari. He's a very senior journalist, and we're going to try and get him on the phone to understand where this is coming from and how what were peaceful protests in Delhi have turned into what we see today. Mr. Ansari, good morning. This is Faye D'Souza. Could I put you on speakerphone, please? Okay. So, Javed Ansari is on the phone line with me. Mr. Ansari, good morning and thank you for speaking with us. My first question to you, obviously, is what started off as peaceful protests, and peaceful protests over the last 2 months escalated quite drastically in the last 48 hours. Could you tell us what's really happening in Delhi, in your opinion?
Delhi and parts of Delhi right now resemble a war. Northeast Delhi resembles a war zone. I have been getting WhatsApp messages all night of armed gangs, road prowling in localities, people. This was a riot which was foretold. And yet, what is intriguing, what is absolutely totally amazing is how the Delhi police just sat there as mute spectators, with precious little to try and prevent this. There are measures that they could have taken. There are no miscreants. There is a former MLA who made an inflammatory speech. If some people from both sides had been picked up, and if there was adequate police presence in those areas, and the rioting that is taking place now and has taken place could have been prevented.
Mr. Ansari, what started off as pro-CA, anti-CA groups, has this now turned communal? Is it, divided on religious lines?
Look, in Northeast Delhi, yes. In Shaheen Bagh and other parts of Delhi, certainly no. So I can understand that those who are opposed to the implementation of NRC or NTR and CA are opposed to it, and therefore they are demonstrating on the streets. What I cannot understand is what are the pro-CA people demonstrating for? After all, the CA has become a law of the land. So what are they protesting against? Unless, of course, they have been set up to protest and to ensure that this is given a particular angle. If you notice, there is at least to my mind, there is a plan, there is a strategy in the run-up to the Delhi elections, and effort was made to give it a communal tinge. That failed. Delhi's voters exercised their wisdom and did not fall through. Now, I do believe that yet another attempt is being made to give this whole movement a different color. And it's incumbent upon even those who are protesting against CA to ensure that at all times this remains peaceful.
Yes.
It should not fall prey to any provocation or incitement.
Mr. Ansari, one of the things that really worried me about what's been going on over the last 2 months in Delhi is the sort of failure of the Delhi police to maintain peace. Even in JNU, when those masked goons went into JNU, assaulted students, assaulted teachers, vandalized the campus, no arrests were made. It's been over a month and a half and no one has been arrested in that case. Does this actually embolden these characters to go out and do more of this because they believe the police is on their side?
I have always been of the view, Faye, that the police needs to act and act strongly, irrespective of caste, which religion, which party affiliation writers have. They went overboard in Jamia, and thereafter turned a blind eye to whatever was happening in jail. They've turned a blind eye to whatever is happening elsewhere. They are good spectators, and the police should be allowed to act. They should not. The police needs to remember that their loyalty is to the Constitution of India and not to the government, not to any government. And the police should be allowed to act. I am firmly of the view that if they are allowed to act, if they are free of political interference, they have it within them to not just prevent but even apprehend people from all those responsible for this. But for that, they need to be allowed. They should not be made to act like puppets on a string.
Also, Mr. Ansari, the Home Minister has now called a meeting which would happen, effectively at noon, I think, on a Tuesday, a full 20 hours after the first, reports of violence broke out. Do you believe that this reaction is slow?
Slow is an understatement. Slow is an understatement, and the responsibility for all that is happening and going wrong in Delhi lies squarely at the door of the Home Minister of India. This supposedly all-powerful Home Minister of India has failed to do its basic job, which is to maintain law and order in the capital. Law and order is with central government, not with the Delhi government, and therefore he has to take responsibility and he needs to act even a bit later.
And of course, the entire central government was focused on the fact that Donald Trump was in India, landing in Delhi at 7:30 p.m. last night. There's a lot of, there's a whole day of schedule of events happening today. Do you, and I heard a couple of television channels saying this is an attempt to sort of malign India in the eyes of Donald Trump. What is your opinion of that question?
Okay. Assuming for argument's sake that indeed is the case, whose job is to prevent such things from happening? Whether this is an attempt or not an attempt, this does not absolve the central government, the Home Minister, from maintaining law and order. Especially at a time when you have a foreign dignity, you cannot lower your guard. And therefore, some accountability has to be fixed. There is no point in shunting out an SHO or a DCP. The responsibility for everything that has gone wrong and is going wrong as far as the law and order of Delhi is concerned lies at the door of the Union Home Minister.
All right. Mr. Ansari, thank you so much for giving me your time. I really appreciate it, and it's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure being with you.
Please have a good day. Javed Ansari telling us some very interesting things. First of all, it is the job of the Home Ministry of the Government of India to maintain law and order and peace in Delhi, because the police in Delhi report to the Home Ministry and no one else. Now look at the track record of the Delhi police. The Delhi police did nothing when masked goons went into JNU and beat up the students. The Delhi police did nothing when that one person was waving a gun. The Delhi police has been perhaps partisan for the last 2 months, sending the message to which side it's on. The central government has not acted or commented on any of the things that have happened in Delhi in the last couple of months. And now we have this. It is the job of the police to maintain law and order. We've now lost one policeman, and who's going to answer for that policeman's life? It is not a question of how we got to this point. Kapil Mishra made an open threat in front of a policeman, no action was taken. He called for assembly of people to sort of take back the power, and people assembled in that place. Again, no sort of action was taken. The responsibility of what's happening in Delhi lies with the Delhi police, and through the Delhi police lies with the Home Ministry. And the Home Minister now calling a meeting 22 hours after the first reports of violence came out is, to call it slow, like Mr. Ansari said, is an understatement. They should have taken action earlier. They should have been more on the ball. They should have made sure this never happened. And remember, like he said, what is a pro-CAA protest? CAA has already been passed. There's nothing to protest if you are pro. For the ones who are anti-CEA, the government has made no attempt of conversation, no attempt at understanding why so many people across the country are nervous about this or are unhappy about this. This is not how a democracy functions. The government must talk to its citizens and it must maintain law and order. All right, remember, on Truth Be Told, if you want us to look at any other story, leave us a comment and give us your feedback. I'd be very happy to hear your feedback on the show, and if there's anything you particularly want us to look at on the show. Thanks for watching.